You're listening to the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network, home of the #1 sports talk show on the planet, The Doug Stewart Show.
This is a revolution in radio, the realest, trillest sports talk show in America, The Doug Stewart Show.
Broadcasting live Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to noon Eastern Time, exclusively on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network.
This is sports talk for the people.
Follow Stewart Media and Entertainment right now on Facebook to stay connected and locked in for upcoming events like the Couples and Cocktail Series, viewing parties, and much, much more. Up next, get ready to ride raw with the Doug Stewart Show.
This is sports talk with hot sauce, Texas Pete hot sauce, the Doug Stewart Show.
Exclusively on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network.
Yes! Let me tell you about Travel by Stats. Travel by Stats delivers premium travel packages and provide excellence by focusing on assuring that their tour itinerary is clear. For destinations they've never taken, they even take the trip in advance of the actual one you're about to take. This ensures everybody has a great experience. They've been around since 1988 and have been operating here in Atlanta since 2000, starting from the ground up, but they now boast of a team operating in 5 states. Travel by Stats not only specializes in Caribbean destinations, they also provide a variety of reasonable, cost-efficient events by land, air, or sea. One of their big things is sports travel for football fanatics who live in Metro Atlanta. That's the fun way to go anyway. Here's some of their upcoming list of events. Giants at Cowboys, Falcons at Giants, Falcons at Cowboys, Cowboys at Saints, Patriots at Cowboys, and many, many more. Contact them at 855-266-6675, extension 700, for the owner, Maritza Wilmer. Again, that's 855-266-6675, extension 700. If you mention my name, Doug Stewart, you'll receive an extra 10% off your package. Travel by Stats. Where they don't sell travel, they sell fun.
At Ticket Liquidator, we believe you should have access to the experiences you want to be a part of. Since 2003, Ticket Liquidator has been connecting buyers and sellers with the most sought-after and often sold-out events across the country. Ticket Liquidator's nationwide network gives you access to one of the largest online inventories of sports, theater, and concert tickets with prices lower than most companies in other markets. And our security policies are solid, so you can buy with absolute confidence. More tickets, better service, and lower prices, so you can witness the best entertainment, culture, and sports events worldwide. At Ticket Liquidator, we know that seeing a legend bring down the house or watching your team win the championship is about more than a ticket. It's about being there. For all your sports and entertainment ticket needs, call us at 855-638-3034. Again, that's 855-638-3034.
Doctor, this is the mayor talking.
All right.
Doctor,
Come on, what?
always do the right thing.
If you came here to hear for fake, you are in the wrong place. We are for real around here. We keeps it real. This is the Doug Stewart Show, the livest, the realest, the trillest sports talk show in America. Are you not entertained? This is Sports Talk with Hot Sauce, Texas Pete Hot Sauce, the Doug Stewart Show. Yes! Game time. That's right, it's game time, baby. What's happening? Welcome to the Doug Stewart Show. And oh boy, football season is here, baby. Oh, quick. Football season is here. Praise his holy name. Praise it. Praise his holy name. Football is back, and bring that beat back one more time. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good morning to you, Stewies. Hope you had a great weekend. And yeah, football is back, man. Thank you so much for joining your boy, the Doug Stewart Show. This is a Man Talk Monday. On Mondays, we also do game balls and goats and all of that type of stuff, man. Ballas and Bustas, whatever you want to call them, we are doing it today. You know, we do this Man Talk Monday and this Ballas and Bustas thing every week. We do it every Monday, but really and truly, this is the season where we actually put it into practice, okay? Ballas and Bustas from this past weekend, man. Game balls and goats. Just a tremendous weekend in the world of sports. Once again, I hope you had a great weekend. I had a fantastic weekend. It's going to continue today as the Atlanta Falcons host the Philadelphia Eagles right here in my city. Yes, sir! So we tailgating, Shawty. Yes, sir. We are tailgating today, man, down at the Georgia Dome. Going to have a fantastic time. And if you've never been to a Two Live Stews tailgate, man, you are missing out. Uncle Ray is actually coming down from Sumter, South Carolina. DJ Bing on the wheels of steel in the parking lot. Big-ass screen TV. So I think they're actually going to start up today at like 3 o'clock. I know. When you don't have a job, when you miss the mom, like my brother, when you miss the mom and all you do is take kids to, and I shouldn't say all you do because it's a big responsibility, but when all you do is take your kids to soccer practice and to karate practice and to baseball practice, you can do that. Yeah, so the Stews tailgate is going to start today across from the World Congress Center. I think it's Gate C on north side, right off the north side. You'll see a banner out there. I think there's a banner out there as well, man. So we're going to get it in today, man. We are going to get it in today. Great game. See, this is the good thing about the start of the season, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. The start of the season is everybody has hope, okay? Now, you know, I'm rooting for the Falcons. Hopefully they can do some big things this year and shock the world, but I don't expect a lot out of the Falcons this year. But it's week 1. So we can dream and we can believe. And everybody's been talking about Philadelphia and the Falcons are in this transition period right now with the new head coach, Dan Quinn. It's just exciting, man, and I can't wait to get out there today, man. Y'all come on down and holler at your folk. We set it out. All right, man. So today, all I'm going to do is read a lot of chat. Tree isn't here today. She had to go see a man about another horse. I mean, she's trying to build a horse farm or something like that. So today, what I'm going to do is just give you my Ballas and Bustas. We'll try to hit as many different games from this past weekend and talk about them, all the events in the world of sports and beyond. We'll do some birthdays. We'll read a lot of your chat. Speaking of which, if you're new to the Doug Stewart Show, man, what you need to do is go to Spreaker.com and hit the follow button, all right, so you can follow the show. So whenever the show goes live, you will be alerted, okay? And sometimes we might have to vary the time of the show. Sometimes we may play another show on the network. And so if you follow the show, you'll be alerted of whenever anything goes live. And then hit the little chat bubble and jump into the chat conversation, man. We have the best chat room in America. We do. We do. Its inhabitants are called the Stewies, and I call it the Fantasy Sports Chat. That's right. The Doug Stewart Show Fantasy Sports Chat going on Spreaker.com. So make sure you do all of that. And I read a lot of them throughout the show, and it kind of makes the show interactive, and we have a great time with it. Man, I got to mention off the top before I even get into my first Ball and Buster. Got to mention off the top, man, the untimely, I guess you would call it untimely, the untimely death of the great Moses Malone. Yeah, passed away yesterday at the age of 60. And Darryl Dawkins just passed away a couple of weeks ago, man, at a relatively young age as well, man. Oh, my gosh. You talk about a legend. And for younger people that don't know, and I always talk about, when I talk about the holy grail of low post moves, the holy grail of low post moves was Hakeem Olajuwon. It was Hakeem Olajuwon. It was Kevin McHale, and then it was Moses Malone. I mean, those three guys with low post your ass to death, man. First guy to come out of high school, straight to the NBA. Actually went to the ABA first, and then had the famous quote, "Fo," when they asked him back in 1983. You know, what did he think the perspective was for the prospects were for the Philadelphia 76ers in the playoffs? He said, "Fo." meaning they were going to sweep the series. They're going to sweep the playoffs and win an NBA ring. I remember during that time, the big campaign, I don't know if it was official or not. I just remember the whole thing was, Moses Malone, I can't remember if they traded for him or if he signed there as a free agent. I'm going to guess they had to have traded for him. And he came to Philadelphia, and the whole campaign was Moses was going to lead the 76ers to the promised land. Because the 76ers, they had already had Dr. J, and so they were doing good, but they could never get over the hump. And Moses Malone was brought in to bring them to the promised land and take them to the promised land, and he did that, man. And he is gone at the age of 60. R.I.P. to the great Moses Malone. Yeah, condolences to his family and to the basketball world, man. Yeah. 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. You can also email me at doug@thedugstewartshow.com. My first Baller Award, man. Everybody and their mama's giving a Baller Award, a game ball to Marcus Mariota, and he deserves one. Matter of fact, I'll go ahead and give him one. But that's not really my intent. Marcus Mariota throws 4 touchdown passes in the first half against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on yesterday. The thing and the interesting thing about what happened yesterday with Marcus Mariota is, and once again, I'm a guy that's on the record. I didn't know about Marcus Mariota. If I had to bet on Marcus Mariota, I probably wouldn't because of the system that he comes from and because historically Oregon quarterbacks, under Chip Kelly and Mark Helfrich and that style offense that they run in Oregon haven't been successful, okay? I love the running style quarterback. I love the athletic quarterback. I love the guys that can play that position with athleticism. I'm giving my Ball Award to Ken Wisenhunt, okay? Now, if you watched that game yesterday, and that's the first game that we watched at Chef Rob's yesterday with the game day viewing party with my brother in ATL. If you watch that game, they were running Oregon plays. They were running, in effect, a lot of the plays look just like the Oregon Ducks. So I'm giving a Ball Award to Ken Wisenhunt, the head coach of the team, who was very imaginative, that's the proper word, with his offenses. Historically, he has been head coach of the Arizona Cardinals, was an offensive coordinator with the Pittsburgh Steelers, and is kind of known for his exotic schemes on offense. And what Ken Wisenhunt did yesterday, and what I railed about last week, and when I had Sean King on the phone, and I had this whole question, and it was geared towards RG3 and Washington, my question to everybody is, why won't you just do what these guys did in college? Because that's what they're familiar with. And if they continue to work at it, they'll only get better. Why don't you do what they did in college? And to me, it looked like a lot of the plays that they ran yesterday for the Tennessee Titans, he was 10 for 10 from the shotgun. They ran a lot of shotgun. That's what they did at Oregon. He looked fantastic. So I'm giving the Ball Award to Ken Wisenhunt. And on the flip side, I'm Team Jameis, and I root for Jameis Winston. But y'all, and when I say y'all, I'm talking about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers offensive line and the coaching staff, y'all going to get that man killed. Y'all going to get that man killed. So a Buster Award to the offensive line, a Buster Award to whoever's calling these plays, man. Jameis threw the ball like 40 times yesterday. And Jameis, just like Cardale Jones, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, and I mentioned this a couple of weeks ago talking about Cardale, and I used to say the same thing about Jameis, and all of the Jameis Winston fans got on me. You're a hater. No, I'm not a hater. Jameis Winston is not a natural runner. He kind of slew foot or something like that, knock-kneed or something like that, and that ninja don't need to run the ball like that. Stop it. He needs to stay in the pocket, and if they're about to sack his ass, he just needs to throw the ball away. Okay? The offensive line is putrid. Y'all gonna get that man killed. I'm telling you. So, yeah, there you go, man. Your first Ballers and Busters of the day. Let me hear your thoughts, Ballers and Busters, man. We'll do more of this all day long. A great weekend in the NFL. College football. Ballers and Busters galore. That's all we're going to do today on the Doug Stewart Show, all right? Sports Talk with Hot Sauce. Texas Pete Hot Sauce. Don't go away. When we get back, Floyd Mayweather Jr. just does what Floyd Mayweather Jr. does, and that's kick much ass. Don't go away. The Doug Stewart Show. In life, things happen, good and bad, and being prepared is always important. If you're like me, a husband, a father, and protector of that family tree, then your family is the most important thing in the world. 95 million U.S. adults don't have protection in place. So, what I've done is put my protection in the hands of the largest and number one independent financial services company in North America, and that's Primerica. They look out for middle America because they believe that offering the most competitive premiums only benefits the client and have been doing so since 1977. If you're a parent, husband, or wife and want to discuss options with one of Primerica's top reps, then call my guy, Greg Wynn, at 678-439-7172. Again, that's 678-439-7172, and he'll put your family first. And hey, tell him that Doug Stewart sent you. Yes! We're doing some huge things here on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network, home of the Doug Stewart Show, and the biggest thing being broadcasting other shows. That's right, we're executive producing other shows and playing them on my network. You may have a fantastic show or podcast, but do you have listeners? We got listeners. Over 9,000 followers to the Doug Stewart Show on the Spreaker platform, as well as over 200,000 plus listens to the network itself. So here's what you do. Go to Fiverr.com, that's Fiverr.com, and search the Doug Stewart Show or Stewart Media and Entertainment and get all the details. Or just hit up the producer, Tree, at TreeAtTheDougStewartShow.com. That's spelled Trei. Tree at TheDougStewartShow.com, and come and do business with us on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. Yes!
National Debt Relief is one of the country's largest and most reputable debt settlement companies, made up of energetic individuals who are passionate about helping thousands of Americans with debt relief. Most importantly, we're all about helping our customers through a tough financial time in their lives with education and individual customer service. We're dedicated to helping individuals and families rid their lives of burdensome debt. Specializing in debt settlement, and they've also negotiated settlements for thousands of creditor and collection accounts. Providing clients with both expertise and proven results, this means helping customers in time of hardship to get out of debt with the least possible cost. It can also mean conducting financial consultations, educating the customer, and recommending the appropriate solution. Core Services offer debt settlement as an alternative. I repeat, alternative to bankruptcy, credit counseling, and debt consolidation. National Debt Relief is your #1 advocate group to help you reestablish financial stability as quickly as possible. So give us a call at 844-828-4975. Again, that's 844-828-4975, and work it out.
Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. Thank you for joining your boy. I really do appreciate it. This is a Man Talk Monday. We need your Ballas and your Bustas and your game balls and your goats. You know I'm going to give a ball award to, man? I'm going to give a ball award to me. Yes, sir. Floyd Mayweather Jr. is kicking much ass and kicked much ass this past weekend when he beat up Andre Berto. But I am absolutely killing folks right now in my fantasy leagues. Yes, sir. I'm killing y'all. I am killing the TDSS listeners right now. Shouts out to Matt. Shouts out to everybody in the TDSS league. I am crushing right now. Now, I do have a couple of little injuries that are a concern, but I'm going to get on that waiver wire tomorrow, and we're going to figure out a plan. I got Dez Bryant in one of my leagues, and I also got Andre Ellington in one of my leagues. I only play in 2 leagues. Well, actually, I play in 3 leagues, but I kind of signed up for this Yahoo League by mistake, the whole fiasco about draft night in the TDSS League. So I technically play in 3 leagues, and in one league, my team has Dez Bryant, and he's out for 4 to 6 weeks, broken foot. Golly, this ninja always getting hurt. And I thought about that before I drafted him. I said, I got to take him. Then I got Andre Ellington, my little cousin that plays for the Arizona Cardinals. I drafted him. He was doing pretty well yesterday in their game, and then he goes out with an injury. They had to take his ass off on a cart. So I got to get a running back, man. But right now in both leagues, I'm like the league leader in points in both leagues. Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right. Nanny, nanny, boo-boo. Yeah. All right, man. The number to the show is 404-382-0338. You can also email me at Doug@theDougStewartShow.com. This segment is brought to you by BB Mobile Apps. Are you an entertainer? Do you have a podcast? You need a mobile app presence. All right, holla at my folks at BVMobileApps.com. That's boy, Victor, BVMobileApps.com, and tell them that the Doug Stewart Show sent you. Ball Award to Floyd Mayweather Jr. Ball Award to Floyd Mayweather Jr., man. He handles his business in a 12-round decision against Andre Berto. And if you saw the fight, man, I went up to the great Dave and Bustas Saturday night, paid $5 and went in there and watched that fight. And I was happy as a lark in the spring. At the last minute, because a couple of places in my part of town, they weren't showing it. I guess they didn't even have the interest to even pay that money and have people come out there. But at the last minute, one of my line brothers called me and was like, they're showing the fight at Dave and Buster's. I'm like, what? And this was like 10:30. I was like, oh, hell no. So I jumped up and put on some clothes and went out there, man. The place was packed. Dave and Buster's is kind of upgraded. I haven't been over to Dave and Buster's in probably, I don't know. That's no lie. That's probably the first time that I've been up in there probably in like 6 or 7 years. And so they redid the place. It's real nice out there, man, but there was a ton of people out there. And Floyd did what America hates, and that's handled his business. I mean, in a phenomenal way. And all I can say about Floyd, man, is if you mad at Floyd, man, and I had this little discussion with somebody on Facebook, somebody posted some hating things towards Floyd Mayweather Jr., the same old typical stuff. He doesn't fight. He doesn't go in there and battle, this, that, and the other. I mean, if you're mad, two things, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. If you're mad at Floyd Mayweather Jr. for example, going into a fight with Manny Pacquiao and making, I don't know, roughly about $250 million in 30 minutes, you got to find better things to occupy your time with. I mean, I'm serious. If you mad at Floyd Mayweather Jr. because he doesn't go in there and he doesn't do the Ali rope-a-dope and get his freaking brains beat out, he doesn't sacrifice his mental capacity and his faculties so that he can land 1 or 2 punches, he'll take 5 or 6. You might need to reassess, your sports, discussions. I can't even come up with a word. You might need to. Or your sports time, that is the time that you spend in observing sports. Because Floyd is one of the best to ever do it. I got into a argument. It wasn't a real argument. It was a debate at this fight. This dude was standing right next to me, and he was screaming out, "Floyd's a punk. He's a street vernacular for a woman's reproductive organ." And I says, "Man, you don't understand the sweet science. They call it the sweet science for a reason. And Floyd has mastered it. He has. I mean, well, if I was him," this is the guy said, you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. The guy says, "Man, I don't understand why these guys don't go in there and they just don't go crazy. They just don't turn into a Tasmanian devil and throw like 1,000,000 punches." I was like, man, listen, the great Mike Tyson said it best. That sounds easy. It sounds easy just to go in there and throw 1,000,000 punches or whatever. But it sounds easy until you get in there, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, until you get into the squared circle with this man, and you try to throw all of these punches, and you miss 90% of them. Okay, so that's got to be kind of humiliating. You're throwing all of these punches. You can't hit this guy. So you're wasting a lot of energy, and you're frustrating yourself. And then on top of that, whenever you throw a punch, whenever you throw one, you get hit back with 3. Okay, so it's very easy to say what you do standing up in here and Dave and Bustas, but you're not in that ring. Every time you throw a punch, you get tinged back with 3. Ting, ting, ting. Huh? It's a reason. It's a reason why this man has fought 49 times and is 49-0. You mean to tell me you don't think anybody that he's fought in the last 49 times have said to themselves, in training camp and their training sessions, sparring sessions, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go in there and I'm just going to throw 1,000,000 punches at Floyd Mayweather Jr. Huh? You don't think anybody's thought about doing that? Yeah, they've all tried to a degree, but there's a reason why the man is 49-0. There's a reason why he's 49-0. Ball award to Floyd Mayweather Jr. Damn it, if y'all don't give him a ball award, I will. And Berto actually fought a good fight. I mean, he was aggressive. He kept coming forward all night long. But once again, every time he threw a punch, 9 times out of 10, he missed. He had nothing but air. And then at round like 6 or 7 or whatever, man, round 6, you remember the exchange if you saw the fight in round 6. I mean, Floyd landed like a 5-punch combination, like whap, whap, whap. Like 2 to the body, 2 to the kidney, 2 to the ribs. He landed like 8 punches in a row in round 6. Maybe it was round 6 or round 7. And from that point on, it was a wrap. And that's what he does. He kind of figures you out, prods around, really is very cautious. And then usually in round 6, 7, or 8, he figures you out. You know why he figures you out? Because he's been boxing since he was like 6 years old. He's an expert at boxing. Like any offense that you bring, he's probably seen it before. Any defense that you bring, he's probably seen it before. He's an expert. He is a lifelong boxer from the crib, okay? This is what he does. And after the fight, he says that he's going to retire. You know what it is. I mean, that's just a build-up to the Pacquiao fight. He's going to come out of retirement. He's going to make about $300 million, and then he's going to retire with 50 undefeated fights, or go undefeated in 50 fights. He's going to retire, and then he's just going to manage fighters. It's just going to be sitting back, and he's going to do his Don King thing. So, ball award to Floyd Mayweather Jr. I mean, it's crazy, man. This dude at Dave and Bustas, man, was so, emotional about this thing. I'm like, dude, why are you getting emotional, man? And it was a black dude too, which is always kind of weird to me. Like, how can you just openly root against Floyd Mayweather Jr.? Especially if you black. I mean, that's just my personal opinion. It's got nothing to do with race, this, that, or the other. But like, how could you openly just root against Floyd Mayweather Jr.? Why? Because unless you root against him because of the domestic violence cases, I understand that. But as far as a black man in America making $300 million and you mad at him because he don't fight like I don't know, Rocky Marciano, he don't come forward? Like Ray Boom Boom Mancini? Like Pacquiao, because he doesn't come forward and take, 10 shots before he delivers 1 or 2? I don't get that. I just don't get it. I got to keep it real with you. Yeah. The man is an entertainer. The man sells his fights. 99% of that stuff, the stuff the man says, is just for show. It's just to sell a fight. Once again, you got to remember that. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, and I didn't even mean to spend this much time on this. But you got to remember, once again, as I said about 5 minutes ago, Floyd was raised in a boxing culture, okay? And in boxing, not only do you box, but you're also a salesman. You have to sell a fight. And whether it's Larry Holmes jumping off the roof of a car, drop kicking a ninja, or whether it's Lennox Lewis and whoever at a press conference throwing blows, that's what you do, is sell a fight. You build up hype around the fight. He's a salesman. And the man has been around salesmen. His daddy and Roger Mayweather, them cats been selling fights ever since Floyd Mayweather Jr. was crawling in the crib. So that's all he knows. He knows how to box, and he knows how to sell. That's what he does. And if you notice, after the fights, whenever he has a fight, 9 times out of 10, he's usually very congratulatory to his opponent, and he's hugging him and he's kissing him because it's nothing but a show. It's a show. Golly, my gosh, people have such strong emotions. The Mayweather man is crazy. And to do what he's done and make the money that he's done in his weight division, because historically, big money fights like this and the big headlines only go to the heavyweights. This man is doing this at 146. People are excited to watch, 146-pound fights. Ball award to Floyd Mayweather Jr. If nobody else in America will, and you notice, ain't nobody else in America talking about him on radio. I don't think I've heard one person, and taking my daughter to school this morning and watching TV this morning, I don't think I've heard one person in the media mention that the man is 49-0. that he tied Rocky Marciano's undefeated mark and that he retired. Not one person in America. But on the Doug Stewart Show, we give much props. All right, when we get back from the break, and more Ballas and Bustas, man. There was a team that won a game this weekend, man, and Lord knows they shouldn't have won it. They did, but Lord knows they should not have won that game. I'll talk about that up next and start getting into some of your chat, as well as we'll quickly do some birthdays, all right? Don't go away. This is the Doug Stewart Show. Let me tell you about Travel by Stats. Travel by Stats delivers premium travel packages and provide excellence by focusing on assuring that their tour itinerary is clear. For destinations they've never taken, they even take the trip in advance of the actual one you're about to take. This ensures everybody has a great experience. They've been around since 1988 and have been operating here in Atlanta since 2000, starting from the ground up, but they now boast of a team operating in 5 states. Travel by Stats not only specializes in Caribbean destinations, they also provide a variety of reasonable, cost-efficient events by land, air, or sea. One of their big things is sports travel for football fanatics who live in Metro Atlanta. That's the fun way to go anyway. Here's some of their upcoming list of events. Giants at Cowboys, Falcons at Giants, Falcons at Cowboys, Cowboys at Saints, Patriots at Cowboys, and many, many more. Contact them at 855-266-6675, extension 700, for the owner, Maritza Wilmer. Again, that's 855-266-6675, extension 700. If you mention my name, Doug Stewart, you'll receive an extra 10% off your package. Travel by Stats. Where they don't sell travel, they sell fun. Do you have your own radio show? Are you an artist or a DJ? BV Mobile Apps is the solution for you. They specialize in creating mobile apps for entertainers. That's right. You can have your own mobile app where your followers can hear your shows or music, watch your videos, and view all your social networks in one place. You can even make money with banner ads and send push notifications directly to your audience to make sure they get your messages. Everyone has their phones on them, right? A mobile app will add credibility to your brand because your content will be accessible to them while they're on the go. BV Mobile Apps also makes apps for bloggers, actors, and producers. The process only takes about 20 minutes. Just go to bvmobileapps.com and click Get Started Now. That's bvmobileapps.com and tell them the Doug Stewart Show sent you.
We're back. Dogs and Poodles. It's Doug and Ryan Stewart of the 2 Live Stews.
Tune in to Talk Radio 640 WGST every Saturday morning at 11 a.m. to get all your college and pro football talk.
Special thanks to our sponsor, Bruce Hagen, Hagen-Law.com. Thanks, Bruce.
Meet me at the club. It's going down. Meet me in the A. It's going down. Meet me in Atlanta. That's right. The weekend of September 26, 2015, we are celebrating the 1-year anniversary of the Doug Stewart Show, Stewies. And it's going to be crazy. We got a whole list of events scheduled for the entire weekend. That's going to be so fun. Come celebrate with your boy. Starting out Friday night, man, with a meet and greet party at the Artist Den downtown ATL. Late Friday night, it's the Fella Soiree at T's Gentlemen's Club in Buckhead. Saturday morning, the TDSS Golf Shootout at North Fulton Golf Club downtown ATL. Saturday night, the main event, the all-black party at the Doubletree Hotel in Buckhead. And Sunday, the Falcons versus Cowboys viewing/day party on the Rooftop Lounge at Mardi Gras Cafe, downtown ATL. It's going to be fantastic, man. You've been looking for a reason to come to Atlanta. Here's your perfect reason. Get all the details at tdssweekend.eventbrite.com. Once again, it's tdssweekend.eventbrite.com. See you in Atlanta. The 1-year anniversary of the Doug Stewart Show. Yes! Yes, sir.
Hayward Main Street Gourmet Popcorn. We have the best popcorn ever with different flavors like apple, bacon, buffalo blue cheese ranch, butter popcorn, cheddar, caramel corn, caramel apple pie flavored, cherry flavored, cinnamon flavored, jalapeno, and much, much more. We're also available for party tins, gift boxes, seed gift sets, seasonal gifts, fundraising, and much, much more. You can even become a consultant and earn 25% commission on all sales. Hayward Main Street Gourmet Popcorn. For more information, Google Hayward Main Street Gourmet Popcorn, and let's get poppin'.
Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. Check out my folks at Hayward Main Street Popcorn. Once again, that's Hayward Main Street Popcorn. That popcorn thing is a real big thing in, Chicago? Where they have all the popcorn places. The caramel corn, you just heard the commercial from Hayward Main Street Popcorn. Check them out online at Hayward Main Street Popcorn. And let them know that the Doug Stewart Show sent you. Thank you for joining your boy. The number to the show is 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Birthdays today. Andrew Lincoln. Andrew Lincoln turns 42 years old today. You know who that is? That's the main actor in The Walking Dead. Fantastic show. What's his name on the show? Rick. That's right, Rick. I didn't see the episode last night, but I have been watching the prequel to The Walking Dead. I can't even remember the name. Oh, Fear of the Walking Dead. On Sunday nights. I didn't see it last night. I'll check it out, though, at some point this week. If you've never seen The Walking Dead, man, trust me, I was skeptical as well because in my mind, I wasn't into the whole zombie craze that went on for a couple of years. Very well written, great acting, man. The storylines and the cliffhangers at the end of these episodes, man, on The Walking Dead, just phenomenal, man. Great show. Nas is 42 years old today. Happy birthday to Nas. I think he's the 7th best rapper of all times. I've been talking about that over the last couple of weeks. I got Nas and Jay-Z as 6 and 7. And so Nas turns 42 years old today. Jimmy Butler turns 26 years old today. Small forward for the Chicago Bulls. Happy birthday to him. Who else we got here? And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Michael Crabtree turns 28 years old today. And my gosh. Michael Crabtree and the Oakland Raiders, man, they absolutely sucked. Wow. It's going to be another long year for the Raiders, man. And Derek Carr, a lot of optimism with him coming into the season. Amari Cooper and whatnot. And it's not going to be good, man. We'll talk a little bit more in depth about it. But they got their backs blown out yesterday by the Cincinnati Bengals. So happy birthday to all of those people. Oh, yeah, and Corey Holcomb. You know what Corey Holcomb is, man? Corey Holcomb is the black Andrew Dice Clay. And if you've never seen him before, I'm gonna tell fellas this, and it's mostly dudes that listen to this show. Don't take your wife with you when you go see Corey Holcomb, because he is super, super, super raunchy, super, super blue, and he like if you kind of like the dude. I'm not talking about married guys. I'm talking about dudes that got girlfriends or whatever. If you're a dude that kind of playing the field, Corey Holcomb like reveals all of the little nasty secrets to dudes, man. I took my wife to see Corey Holcomb. This was many, many years ago. I'm going to guess probably 8 years ago, man. And some of the things he said in there, man, I was trying not to look at my wife. He just put brothers in a bad light. He keeps it like too real. And just trust me on this. Now, he's a good comedy. He's a good comedian, funny as hell. But just be prepared to be kind of embarrassed. And I know it's hard to be embarrassed when you're in the stands, when you're in the audience. But trust me on this. If you go see Corey Holcomb with your lady, it's going to be very, very awkward. Just trust me on that. Yeah. 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. You can also email me at Doug@theDougStewartShow, man. I'm going to give them a buster, even though they lost or won the game. You're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Even though they won the game, I'm going to give them a Buster Award, man. Buster Award to the Auburn Tigers. And I remember when we first started in radio, there was this thing on the station we worked at, the other host always talked about not giving, or talking bad about college players because they're still kids, this, that, and the other. Funk that. In the famous words of the great, who was it that said that? Heavy D? Oh, no, it wasn't Heavy D. It was one of them other big rappers. I'll think about it. I'll think his name in a second. Man, funk that. Auburn sucks. Now, I don't know how, and I watched this game. This game was on when I came back from my daughter's game. She had a Little League football game. She's a cheerleader. So this game was on when I came back. That game was on. The Georgia game was on. The Georgia Tech game was on as well. Speaking of which, got to talk about Georgia Tech here in a second. And I watched this game. I was flipping back and forth, trying to flip back and forth between all three of these games. But obviously, because Auburn was preseason ranked number 6, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, I found it very interesting that Jacksonville State was in position to win this game. And when I tell you Jacksonville State, if you didn't see the game and you saw the headline, he says, oh, well, Auburn just played around. They took them lightly or whatever. No. If you watch this game, Jacksonville State should have won this game. There's no plausible explanation on how Auburn won this game. And the quarterback, Jeremy Johnson, who had sat behind the quarterback position, Nick Marshall, over the last couple of years, waiting his chance to get in there as a starter, he's thrown 5 interceptions in the last 2 games. He's just not good. And some of the interceptions that he threw, man, were just piss poor. Yeah, fart on that. They were piss poor. So I don't know what Auburn's going to do. I think they were highly overrated, and that's what happens a lot of times in sports, with these preseason polls, is you just go off the reputation. You kind of look at the roster. How many 5-star kids do they have on the team? And you make that determination. And Auburn is just not good. Now, if they turn things around and go undefeated and win a national championship, I'll come back and say that I was wrong. But no, I don't believe that. Auburn is not a good football team. In Jacksonville State, they kind of get a Buster Award because they should have won this game, plain and simple. 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. This is the Doug Stewart Show, the realest, trillest sports talk show in America. Shouts out to everybody who listened to the Stews this past weekend, man. The second week of the 2 live Stews. We had another phenomenal day on 640 WGST. Yeah. Thank you very much, man, for tuning in. I actually talked to one of the sales guys, and they said, man, the numbers for our show the first week were just tremendous. An incredible spike. So thank you so much for passing the word and telling people the Stews are back. We do it Saturday mornings at 11 a.m. on 640 WGST right here in Atlanta, as well as on iHeartRadio. All right, when we get back with the break, man, all I'm going to do is read your chat. I'm going to read your chat. And also continue to dole out these Ballas and Bustas. Don't go away. This is the Doug Stewart Show. Football season only just begun, but it already feels like the playoffs at DraftKings.com, America's favorite one-week fantasy football site, where millionaires are being crowned all season long. One-week fantasy at DraftKings means no season-long commitments. It's fantasy football on demand. Play where you want, when you want, with the players you want. And with $1 million up for grabs every week, every game is the big game and every play matters. So, 1st and 10 in the first quarter feels like 4th and goal with 1 second left. And a long touchdown run can mean more than just a victory for your favorite team. It can mean you've just turned your love of football into $1 million payday. This isn't fantasy as usual. This is DraftKings. Welcome to the big time. Hurry to DraftKings.com now and use promo code Spreaker to play for free for a shot at $1 million in this week's Millionaire Maker event. Enter Spreaker for free entry now only at DraftKings.com. DraftKings.com, that's DraftKings.com.
The best of the Doug Stewart Show.
To give you the history on this Doug Stewart and Tree Taylor battle in Trivia Crack. We just started playing last week. We played 3 games. I won the first one in handily fashion. And then Tree has come along to beat me 2 times in a row. All right. Now, I blame Trivia Crack for asking me dumbass questions about romance comedies from the 1980s. That's who I blame. But she's won. And I got to give her credit. What? I knew you were going to tell me.
Like, when you talk about women, Tree has come along.
It got nothing to do with you being a woman.
No, I showed up.
Oh, wait. Did you just... Oh, my gosh. Did she just call me the N-word? Oh, damn. We made Doug Stewart show history just now. As many times as I've almost uttered that term, you did it. And we don't have 7-second delay.
I'm fired.
You getting the BPA. You nominated for a Boiled Penis Award.
No.
Yes, you are. The first time in the Doug Stewart Show history, someone utters the N-word.
I'm sick of you.
You're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Good thing we, on radio, traditional radio, the FCC be beating down my damn door right now. They're already looking for a reason to try to put me out of business. And you come up with this. Golly, Tree, you're better than that.
That girl is
You never trust a big button to smile.
At Ticket Liquidator, we believe you should have access to the experiences you want to be a part of. Since 2003, Ticket Liquidator has been connecting buyers and sellers with the most sought-after and often sold-out events across the country. Ticket Liquidator's nationwide network gives you access to one of the largest online inventories of sports, theater, and concert tickets, with prices lower than most companies in other markets. And our security policies are solid, so you can buy with absolute confidence. More tickets, better service, and lower prices, so you can witness the best entertainment, culture, and sports events worldwide. At Ticket Liquidator, we know that seeing a legend bring down the house or watching your team win the championship is about more than a ticket. It's about being there. For all your sports and entertainment ticket needs, call us at 855-638-3034. Again, that's 855-638-3034.
Stewies, what's up? Tree here to talk about your home security and the security experts at Strickland Security. Everything the team at Strickland Security does is focused around increasing the security of your home, protecting your family, and your business. Most home security companies, especially the larger ones, want to sell you a cookie-cutter alarm system that maximizes their profits but not your security. The team at Strickland Security will install a customized alarm system that meets your budget and your security needs. This Atlanta-based company is here to solve all of your security problems. Whether you need your alarm system repaired, surveillance cameras installed, or your door locks replaced, Strickland Security is the solution. Don't wait. Call the experts at Strickland Security today. For more information, go to their website at stricklandsecurity.com or give them a call now at 800-422-9075. That's 800-422-9075 and tell them Tree sent you.
Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. Shouts out to all of the Stewies in the chat room, man. Thank you so much for the chat. I'm going to get to some of it here in a second. The number to the show is 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Are you looking for a bus company, a coach service to take your group to these NFL games all over the country, man? And I haven't even gotten to the conversation about the Dallas Cowboys. But speaking of Dallas, man, my folks at Travel by Stats are actually taking a bus, maybe even a couple of buses, from Metro Atlanta to Jerry's World to watch the Cowboys take on the Falcons. Okay, that's the weekend of September 26th. So if you want to go with a first-class company that's going to take you to and from Jerry's World to see the Cowboys take on the Falcons or any of these other big games, man, check out my folks at Travel by Stats. That's travelbystats.com, and tell them that the Doug Stewart Show sent you. They've been in business since 1998. They really take into account the customer and making sure the trip is as planned. For a destination they've never been to, they actually take the trip in advance. So highlight my folks at Travel by Stats, whether that's your church group or your Little League football team. You want to take them out to see the Charlotte or the Carolina Panthers, or maybe your women's advisory board or something like that. Holla at my folks at Travel by Stats. All right, 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. Big Ball Award, man, goes out to the Buffalo Bills? Yes! Big Ball Award goes out to the Buffalo Bills, man. Rex Ryan's debut as the head coach of the Buffalo Bills, man. Bills looks fantastic. They win 27-14 against the Indianapolis Colts. And on the same side, man, Buster Award to the Indianapolis Colts. All right, so I'll see a couple of messages in the chat room about, that sound that just occurred. No, it's not me. It's not me. That's actually one of those sounder thingies. Okay? But I'm trying to expand our sound effects, around here on this show, and I thought that would be appropriate for a Buster. Yeah, so every once in a while you might get one of these. That goes to the Indianapolis Colts, and I've given them a fart sound because I actually picked the Colts to play in the Super Bowl. Now, it's just 1 week. But they struggled yesterday. You know about Buffalo's great defense, man. They looked fantastic on yesterday, causing several turnovers. And the big story about yesterday was Tyrod Taylor, man. Tyrod Taylor played fantastic on yesterday. Ball award to him. He was an efficient, and that's the best word, an efficient 14 of 19 for 195 yards, including a 51-yard touchdown pass to Percy Harvin. I love stories like this, man, where cats paid their dues and, it pays off for them. And it's looking like Tyrod Taylor's dues paying has come to fruition, man. And he looks good. Once again, it's just 1 week, and you don't want to make too much out of any of these things or any of these ballers and busters from this weekend. But he looked good, and I'm happy for that youngin'. Happy for him. Yeah. All right, 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Let me read some of your chat messages. Thank you so much for the chat. Let's see what we got here from Togo, Uganda. He says, Jacksonville State's punter's 17-yard punt did not help. Yeah, at the end of the game, he kind of shanked one of the punts that put Auburn in a position. Auburn had to score with under a minute. They had to score to take the game into overtime, and they did, and they scored, and they stopped Jacksonville State from scoring. From Leon, did y'all see Jameis Winston's play? I'm sorry. The brother is slow and plays like he has two left feet. He is not very coordinated. He's just not. Now, I think he's a brilliant quarterback mind. You saw the story where they talked about how he had been diagramming and breaking down defenses in the third or fourth grade or something like that. I think he has a good arm. I think he's going to be a good quarterback. I totally agree with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking him at number one. But running is not his strong suit. Michael Vick, Randall Cunningham, he is not. He is not. Somebody posted in the chat room somewhere a little bit earlier where they said something about he's not slewfoot, he's pigeon-toed. He's kind of a combination of pigeon-toed and knock-kneed. And it's like he falls over his feet. That was very accurate the way that the poster just put it. It's like he's tripping over his feet. He can't run. That can't be part of his arsenal. Just because you black don't mean you're supposed to be a running quarterback. Ask the great Byron Leftwich. Ask Vince Evans. Ask Doug Williams. Doug Williams wasn't a running quarterback. It's almost like we think in our minds just because it's a black quarterback, and we've seen a lot of good black quarterbacks that were athletes, that they're supposed to automatically run. No, that's not his strong suit. RG3, yes. Before the injuries. Mike Vick, Randall Cunningham, yes. Cardell Jones, no. Jameis Winston, no. Hell to the no, man. And the offensive line is horrible. And I know I might sound like I'm making excuses for Dude because I'm a fan and I want to see him do well. But the offensive line is horrible. And they're going to have to fix that real quick. From Thalpay, but no other conference was winning, Clay. If you don't put the SEC in ranking they are playing, beating these same teams, who are you going to put in there? You can just put anybody in there. Yeah, I have a love-hate relationship with preseason polls anyway. And this isn't a new thought or idea, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, a lot of people have said it. You might as well not even do a poll this early in the season, because here's what you got. If you got a team like in the back half of this top 25 poll, let's just say any team that you come up with. Say Georgia Tech was ranked 25th, and Georgia Tech did jump up a lot this weekend. Speaking of which, ball award to them. I'll talk more about them in a second. But if Georgia Tech is really one of the best teams in the country, you don't know it, but then you put them at 23 or whatever, it's harder for them to move up. It's absolutely harder. And then if you got a team like Auburn that's at the top of the top 25, like number 6, the AP preseason top 25, and you got them ranked very high, then even if they're not good, it's going to take a little bit for them to get dropped down. Now I know they have the new playoff system, and they don't come up with the actual poll for it until later in the season. But I think this kind of weighs into the minds of the voters. So I think subliminally these polls have a negative effect on the voters when it comes time to actually vote for the teams in the polls. So I don't know, man. But clearly Auburn is not good. Speaking of which, Georgia Tech is very good. Georgia Tech is very good. As man, they kicked the crap out of Tulane this past weekend, man. 65-10. Now, it's Tulane. Okay, it's Tulane, and it's not Alcorn State, but I really, really like my pick of Georgia Tech shocking the world and playing in the national championship. I unleashed that on the Stews listeners this past Saturday, and I got a ton of reaction from people that I saw in the street. Man, you picking Georgia Tech to go to the national championship? All I'm trying to say is this. If they get past Notre Dame, which, by the way, lost their quarterback Malik Zaire this past weekend, who looked phenomenal in week 1, they struggled with Virginia, okay? All I'm saying is that if Georgia Tech gets past Notre Dame, which I fully expect them to do this weekend, because Georgia Tech will score 40 points. It's as simple as that. Georgia Tech will score 40 points week in and week out this year. If they get past Notre Dame and they get past the Clemson Tigers at Death Valley, Georgia Tech might run the table. I mean, there's no reason they shouldn't run the table. With the weapons they have on offense, Justin Thomas back once again. I took a flyer because nobody else in America gave you Georgia Tech playing in the national championship. But after what I saw this past weekend and looking at their schedule and looking at their talent and looking what they do on offense, I love my pick at Georgia Tech playing in the national championship game. Not winning, but playing in it. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. I love it. Have you seen this offense? I absolutely love my pick for Georgia Tech to play in the national championship. 404-382-0338. Now, they could stub their toe like they did last year and lose against Duke. I hope that doesn't happen. I hope Paul Johnson makes sure not to take none of these lower teams, your Wake Forests of the world, Virginias of the world, Dukes of the world, not to take them lightly. But I think they got everything they need, man. It's hard to beat this team once again until the bowl season, because usually what happens to them is teams have an opportunity to scheme and to really be disciplined and practice about stopping that triple option week in and week out when everybody else in America is running the spread. Yeah, Georgia Tech going to be hard to handle on a week in and week out basis. If you defensively trying to stop what they do. It's just going to be hard. I'm telling you. All right, 404-382-0338 is the numbers of the show. This is the Doug Stewart Show. Ballas and Bustas. Game balls and goats. That's what we're doing today on the show. When we get back, more of the same, and I'll read more of your chat. Yeah. It's football season, baby. Don't go away. This is the Doug Stewart Show. Let me tell you about Travel by Stats. Travel by Stats delivers premium travel packages and provide excellence by focusing on assuring that their tour itinerary is clear. For destinations they've never taken, they even take the trip in advance of the actual one you're about to take. This ensures everybody has a great experience. They've been around since 1988 and have been operating here in Atlanta since 2000, starting from the ground up, but they now boast of a team operating in 5 states. Travel by Stats not only specializes in Caribbean destinations, they also provide a variety of reasonable, cost-efficient events by land, air, or sea. One of their big things is sports travel for football fanatics who live in Metro Atlanta. That's the fun way to go anyway. Here's some of their upcoming list of events. Giants at Cowboys, Falcons at Giants, Falcons at Cowboys, Cowboys at Saints, Patriots at Cowboys, and many, many more. Contact them at 855-266-6675, extension 700, for the owner, Maritza Wilmer. Again, that's 855-266-6675, extension 700. If you mention my name, Doug Stewart, you'll receive an extra 10% off your package. Travel by Stats, where they don't sell travel, they sell fun. Meet me at the club. It's going down. Meet me in the A. It's going down. Meet me in Atlanta. That's right. The weekend of September 26, 2015, we are celebrating the 1-year anniversary of the Doug Stewart Show, Stewies. And it's going to be crazy. We got a whole list of events scheduled for the entire weekend. That's going to be so fun. Come celebrate with your boy. Starting out Friday night, man, with a meet and greet party at the Artist Den downtown ATL. Late Friday night, it's the Fellas Soiree at T's Gentlemen's Club in Buckhead. Saturday morning, the TDSS Golf Shootout at North Fulton Golf Club downtown ATL. Saturday night, the main event, the all-black party at the Doubletree Hotel in Buckhead. And Sunday, the Falcons versus Cowboys viewing/day party on the rooftop lounge at Mardi Gras Cafe, downtown ATL. It's going to be fantastic, man. You've been looking for a reason to come to Atlanta. Here's your perfect reason. Get all the details at tdssweekend.eventbrite.com. Once again, it's tdssweekend.eventbrite.com. See you in Atlanta. The 1-year anniversary of the Doug Stewart Show. Yes! Yes, sir. We're back. The Two Live Stews are back on air every Saturday morning on WGST at 11 a.m.
It's Sports Talk with Hot Sauce. Special thanks to our sponsor, Bruce Hagen, Hagen-Law.com, for making it happen. Thanks, Bruce. You're the man, the people's lawyer.
Do you have your own radio show? Are you an artist or a DJ? BB Mobile Apps is the solution for you. They specialize in creating mobile apps for entertainers. That's right. You can have your own mobile app where your followers can hear your shows or music, watch your videos, and view all your social networks in one place. You can even make money with banner ads and send push notifications directly to your audience to make sure they get your messages. Everyone has their phones on them, right? A mobile app will add credibility to your brand because your content will be accessible to them while they're on the go. BB Mobile Apps also makes apps for bloggers, actors, and producers. The process only takes about 20 minutes. Just go to bbmobileapps.com and click Get Started Now. That's bbmobileapps.com and tell them the Doug Stewart Show sent you. Hour number 2, baby. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you for tuning in to the Doug Stewart Show. Man Talk Monday, Ballas and Bustas, Game Balls and Goats. The only negative about Mondays, man, is that I won't be able to sing for you today. I know. Because we're just too wrapped up in all the events from the past weekend. So I probably won't be able to sing a tune for you on Mondays. But I promise I'll make it up during the week. I promise. I know a lot of people, and we've actually done studies and found out that a lot of our listeners actually just tune into the show to hear me sing. Oh, if you're new to the Doug Stewart Show, I actually sing as well. Not only do we talk sports and have a good time and laugh and joke and do all of that stuff and guy talk, I actually sing every once in a while as well. So stay tuned for that if you're new. Hey, man, I recently found out about a great organization called Homeless Remedy, and I want to share some of that information with you. Homeless Remedy is a federally recognized nonprofit that was started by a military veteran who himself experienced homelessness. The only mission of Homeless Ready is to provide homes for the homeless, and everybody who works for Homeless Remedy is a volunteer, which means 100% of the donations actually go towards the intended purpose of housing the homeless. To raise awareness about his nonprofit and his mission, the founder, Arnold Bustillo, is walking all 4 corners of the United States. This is a great story. He started walking from Santa Monica, California back in 2013 and is less than 2 months away from reaching Miami. From there, he'll walk north to Maine, west to Washington, and then south to where he started in Santa Monica. Learn more about his walk and his organization at homelessremedy.org. And while you're there, please consider signing up to make a regularly monthly donation. The minimum amount is only $1. All right, so that's homelessremedy.org. Once again, that's homelessremedy.org. Good stuff, man. homelessremedy.org. All right, Ballas and Bustas from this past weekend. Baller award to Dalvin Cook, the running back. The running back, man, for Florida State. You talk about had a game. You talk about made money. Dalvin Cook rushed for 266 yards this weekend in Florida State's win over South Florida. Man, it's the first time a running back has gone over 200 yards since Sammy Smith did it back in 1988. You remember that name, the great Sammy Smith? I think Sammy Smith played in the NFL for the Miami Dolphins for a while. Big back. He ran for 212 back in 1988. Greg Allen has the school record with 322 yards against Western Carolina in 1981. South Florida actually stuck around in this game for the first half, and then Florida State, just the second half, they just put the game in Dalvin Cook's hands, and he just ran stark crazy. Ball award to that youngin', man. You know the trouble that he faced this summer, and being accused of an assault on a woman at a bar in Tallahassee. I actually found not guilty. They threw the case out, and so you know he's praising God today, man, and he's able. Ball award to Dalvin Cook. Yeah, 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. This is the Doug Stewart Show. Ohio State, and I'm laughing to myself. Ohio State just beats up on Hawaii, and Hawaii wears those rainbow jerseys this weekend, which I don't think is a good look. Let's just put it like that. Yeah. College football players, man, I don't know how they feel about that, but they rolling out there in these rainbow Warrior jerseys. It's just not a good look. I mean, ball award to Ohio State. They're just going to roll 38-0 over Hawaii this weekend. Hawaii, y'all came a long way to get y'all ass kicked, 38-ish. It's like y'all didn't even practice. If a team don't put up no points and they travel that far, somebody got to go home. Somebody got to lose their scholarship. It's as simple as that. Let me go ahead and grab a call. Caller, thanks for calling the Doug Stewart Show. What's your name? Where you calling from? What you want to talk about?
Well, it's Big Doug Stewart on Football Monday, man. It's in Jersey, Vern, man. What's going on, my brother?
Vern from Jersey. How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. Condolences go out to Moses Malone family, man. Moses Malone was the truth, man. I had to get that in there, man. But, my ballers go out to Ohio State and Buffalo Bills, man, that whole entire team and staff.
Right.
And, my buster go out to Connor Coughlin, Eli, Bob McAdoo, and that prevent defense that let Dallas go down the field 2 times like they wasn't even out there, man. The defense played a great game until the last 2 times Dallas got the ball, man. I hate prevent defense. That prevent you from winning, man. That's garbage, man.
Bob McAdoo. Who is Bob McAdoo? Is that the
offensive coordinator?
The offensive coordinator, yeah, for Dallas last night. Yeah, I haven't even gotten to that conversation, man. The Giants just gave away a game last night. Eli, being the veteran that he is, coming from a football family, throws the ball away in the final minutes, gives Dallas another opportunity, man. That was just horrible. They get a bust award.
Hey, dog, man, and check this out, right? We had James Jones, right? Would you keep number 15 Parker on your team just because he plays special team and let James Jones go, a player that knows the offense, and he balled out yesterday against Chicago, man?
Yeah.
I mean, whoever's up in the management, man, they need a raw egg this morning, man, because they doing bad, man. Hey, listen, one more Buster, man. A Buster go out.
Appreciate the call, Vern. 404-382-0338. Oh, I cut Vern's call off by mistake. Wait a minute. There's a message coming in from Vern right now. He's putting it in the chat room. He says, Ball Award to you, Doug, for your rendition last week of When Will I See You Smile Again. Doug, you're the greatest singer of all time. Thank you, Vern. I appreciate it. Oh, boy. Vern just talked about James Jones for the Green Bay Packers. Man, you know the guy has been gone for a year playing for the Oakland Raiders, and now I feel like he probably feels like he's back to life, back to reality. But Aaron Rodgers, man, Aaron Rodgers and James Jones hooked up yesterday, man, on several touchdowns. You know they don't have Jordy Nelson anymore. Randall Cobb's still there. Fantastic squad still in all. James Jones scores a couple of touchdowns, man, in his first game back in a Green Bay Packers uniform. I mean, straight off the street. I think he's been with the team less than a week. But you remember he was with the team for many, many years, and so he knew the system, came right in, they plugged him right in, and he balled out of control. Baller award to James Jones, the wide receiver. Yeah. (404-382-0338). You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Kansas City gets a big win. I would call it a big win over the Houston Texans. They were on the road at Houston. And it's always kind of funny to me when I watch Hard Knocks. Hard Knocks gives you a false perception of teams because you kind of get to know them intimately. And there's always seemingly big expectations for the team that they feature on Hard Knocks on HBO, that they're going to do good things. And Houston is not a good team. I mean, they didn't show well yesterday, and the final score was 27-20, but we had this game on the TV as well, and this game was not that close. What was the score? The score was 27-9 at halftime, and then Houston scored too late. They scored a touchdown at the end in the fourth quarter, and then they also went for two, I believe, and then they scored a field goal just to make it even closer. But Kansas City really dominated this team. Andy Reid, in his second year as the head coach of Kansas City Chiefs, man, they showed improve yesterday. Ball award to them. Buster award to the Houston Texans and Brian Hoyer. Wait a minute. There we go. Brian Hoyer. Once again, when you watch Hard Knocks and you see these guys and they're screaming, and then you got Bill O'Brien talking all of this smack and cursing every 5 seconds, oh, he must be a good coach. That ain't necessarily the case. That type of stuff and those conversations and those speeches and those Newt Rockney speeches that O'Brien gave all throughout training camp, that don't really mean nothing when you get on the field, man. And yesterday, Houston just didn't look very good. Once again, they scored some points at the very end, but Kansas City really, really handled their business. 404-382-0338. Let me read more of your chat, man, here on the Doug Stewart Show. From Fred Redland Kirk. What up, Redland Kirk? He says, Doug, you wouldn't be talking about the Cowboys that shouldn't have won that game, are you? Laugh out loud. How about them Cowboys? What I'll say is this. I got to give a ball award, and I got to give credit to Tony Romo, who led them on 2 drives. What was it, 12 plays, 6 drives each? Or 6 plays each on both the drives to score 2 touchdowns. You got to give him credit. I'm not a Tony Romo fan. Matter of fact, I probably would be characterized as a Tony Romo hater. Tony Romo has played fantastic over the last year. A lot of it had to do with DeMarco Murray and that running game last year, but they got some good, work out of Randall last night as well. And Romo did something that the old Tony Romo usually wouldn't. When I was watching the last series to that game where they had to score the touchdown to Jason Witten, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, all I kept saying in my mind is he's going to throw a pick. He's going to throw a pick. And seemingly over the last couple of years, that's not necessarily been the case. And so once again, I rail on dudes hard, but I also give dudes credit, man. Tony Romo has played a lot better. He's taking care of the football much better than he has in the past. So there you have it. You happy now, Redland Kirk? Ugh. I keeps it real now. Who we got here? My man's name right here. From Encyclopedia Brown, I remember when Ray Leonard brought Marvin Hagler in front of Pack Stadium just to tell him he wasn't going to fight him. I don't remember anybody talking about ducking and running. Yeah, nobody ever. I think people kind of did talk about Sugar Ray Leonard ducking and running from Marvin Hagler before the first fight. But afterwards, nah, you're right. I don't remember that being the case. All right, when we get back from the break, man, more Ballas and Bustas, man. My favorite day of the week for real. Ballas and Bustas Monday. During football season, right here on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network, home of the Doug Stewart Show. Don't go away. Football season only just begun, but it already feels like the playoffs at DraftKings.com, America's favorite one-week fantasy football site, where millionaires are being crowned all season long. One-week fantasy at DraftKings means no season-long commitments. It's fantasy football on demand. Play where you want, when you want, with the players you want. And with $1 million up for grabs every week, every game is the big game, and every play matters. So, 1st and 10 in the first quarter feels like 4th and goal with 1 second left. And a long touchdown run can mean more than just a victory for your favorite team. It can mean you've just turned your love of football into $1 million payday. This isn't fantasy as usual. This is DraftKings. Welcome to the big time. Hurry to DraftKings.com now and use promo code Spreaker to play for free for a shot at $1 million in this week's Millionaire Maker event. Enter Spreaker for free entry now, only at DraftKings.com. DraftKings.com, that's DraftKings.com.
The Doug Stewart Show presents another episode of Stories with Uncle Dougie, straight out of Monk's Corner edition.
So my best friend, man, Bubba, he gets on the bus, and he sits down, and he's, like, distraught. And I'm like, dude, what's going on? And we're on the bus on the way to school. We're, like, in 9th, 10th grade, and we're on the bus on the way to school, and he says, my old man, he shot a man last night. I was like, wait a minute, what did you say? And I had heard these stories before, and rest in peace, his daddy's name was Coconut. Coconut was a little guy, probably 5'5", about, 140 pounds. So he's a little dude. And little dudes, man, they don't got the tolerance to wrestle with you or fight or put up their hands or something like that, especially old cats like this where I'm from. He's like, my old man stumbled in 4 o'clock in the morning, and I met him in the hallway because he was extra intoxicated. And he looked at me and said, Bubba, I had to shoot a man tonight. And come to find out more of the story, now keep in mind, this was in 1985 or something like this. Coconut was probably in his late 50s, early 60s. And once again, I told you, the story on the street was that he had done this many times before. Come to find out, Coconut had shot 4, maybe 5 people throughout his life in our little town in Monk's Corner, South Carolina. This is not a lie. And I know this seems like a story from the Andy Griffith Show, from Ernest T. Bass. This is not a lie. In my hometown, you can literally shoot people or shoot at people, connect on their lower extremities 4, 5, 6 times and not go to jail forever.
The Doug Stewart Show.
Let me tell you about Travel by Stats. Travel by Stats delivers premium travel packages and provide excellence by focusing on assuring that their tour itinerary is clear. For destinations they've never taken, they even take the trip in advance of the actual one you're about to take. This ensures everybody has a great experience. They've been around since 1988 and have been operating here in Atlanta since 2000, starting from the ground up, but they now boast of a team operating in 5 states. Travel by Stats not only specializes in Caribbean destinations, they also provide a variety of reasonable, cost-efficient events by land, air, or sea. One of their big things is sports travel for football fanatics who live in Metro Atlanta. That's the fun way to go anyway. Here's some of their upcoming list of events. Giants at Cowboys, Falcons at Giants, Falcons at Cowboys, Cowboys at Saints, Patriots at Cowboys, and many, many more. Contact them at 855-266-6675, extension 700, for the owner, Maritza Wilmer. Again, that's 855-266-6675, extension 700. If you mention my name, Doug Stewart, you'll receive an extra 10% off your package. Travel by Stats. Where they don't sell travel, they sell fun. not doing, what the hell are you doing? This is the Doug Stewart Show. Man Talk Monday. Thank you so much for joining your boy. The number to the show is 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedugstewartshow.com. This segment is brought to you by fishingbuddyfinder.com. You may be saying to yourself, hey, Doug, what's fishingbuddyfinder.com? I'm glad you asked. For all my fishermen out there, fishingbuddyfinder.com helps fishermen meet other fishermen in their state for the sole purpose of going fishing. You know, it's kind of like a meet and greet for fishermen. Now, I don't think any hanky-panky is going on or anything behind the scenes. I don't think that's the purpose of this. Posting and viewing fishermen's profiles is free. It doesn't matter whether you're 18 or 80, prefer freshwater or saltwater fishing, like fishing from the boat or from the shore. So why not catch a fishing buddy today at fishingbuddyfinder.com? That's fishingbuddyfinder.com. And so I assume that's the same premise for when you play golf and your buddy cancels out on you and you don't want to play golf by yourself. Golf is, people don't like playing golf by themselves, bottom line. So they pair you together. The marshal at the golf course pairs you together. And so I imagine there's probably not a lot of people that have the time to go fishing. And so fishingbuddyfinder.com helps you link up with other fishermen, all right? Let them know that the Doug Stewart Show sent you. That's fishingbuddyfinder.com. Good stuff, good stuff. We are slightly under 2 weeks away from the 1 year anniversary of the Doug Stewart Show weekend, where we're having a bunch of events here in the city of Atlanta, meet and greet that Friday night, party, or actually the dudes and ladies too if they want, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. We're heading out late Friday night to T's Gentlemen's Club for the Gentlemen's Soiree, as I like to call it. Yes, sir. And Saturday night, the big shebang, the all-black party, man. People are coming in from out of town, man. And Sunday, the Falcons-Cowboys viewing party at Mardi Gras Cafe, downtown ATL. So it's going to be crazy, man. Get all the details at tdssweekend.eventbrite.com. Once again, that's tdssweekend.eventbrite.com. The all-black party is going to sell out. I'm going to tell you that right now. So if you plan on coming to town, or if you live in Metro Atlanta and you plan to come out, get your tickets now. There's actually a discounted package price for couples for the all-black party Saturday night. So get your tickets right now. I'm telling you, we're under 2 weeks. Get your tickets right now at tdssweekend.eventbrite.com. All right? Probably like 3-4 hours. I'm going to get in the car and head down to the Georgia Dome. 2 Monday night football games tonight. One being hosted by our hometown Atlanta Falcons, taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. Very excited to see how this thing plays out. And then later on tonight, we got the Vikings taking on the 49ers. Can't wait to see what my little cousin Bruce Ellington does for the 49ers, wide receiver. He was kind of nicked up in preseason. So I think he only played one game, the last preseason game of the year, but looked very, very good. So look for Bruce Ellington at that wide receiver position for the 49ers. And obviously back to the Falcons and the Eagles. It would make my day. It would absolutely make my day if the Falcons defense could wreak havoc on that offense, man, and really get after Sam Bradford and the Falcons could get this win tonight. The odds in this game are actually much closer than you would believe. Looking at that Philadelphia offense in the preseason, they just look dynamic. It's Philadelphia -3. You would think with the big numbers they put up and the passing numbers that Sam Bradford put up, and the Falcons being under a new regime, Dan Quinn in here as the first-year head coach, that the line would be much bigger. But I guess you have to mix in and incorporate the fact that it's a home game. It's the first game of the year, so emotions are going to be high. The fans are going to be crazy. I cannot wait, man. Come in, hang out with your boys at 2 Live Studios downtown, man. Across from the World Congress Center, Gate C. Two Live Stews tailgate. I think this is the 10th year in a row that Ryan's been doing the tailgate, and this is his baby, where he sets up the tailgate, and I don't think we've missed a week in 10 years of tailgating with the Two Live Stews, the dogs, the poodles, the stewies. So come on down today, man. This is the first one of the year. It's going to be Van Glorious. You know how it's going to be. It's going to be crazy. DJ Bing, Uncle Ray on the grill. Yes, sir. Hey, special shots out before I forget. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Before I forget, man, happy belated birthday to my man Kurt from Detroit. He turned 60 years old, and if you're one of the old school dogs and poodles, the stewies, man, you know Kurt from the D, man. Real good dude. He just turned 60, but trust me, Kurt turned 60, but he looked like he about, I don't know, maybe 40. Real great shape to be his age, man. Real great spirit. Happy birthday to the great Kurt from Detroit. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's my man right there. 50 grand. All right. Ball award to the New York Jets and to Todd Bowles, his first coaching game where he coaches in the NFL as the head coach. They win. They beat the Cleveland Browns 31-10. Ball award to him. And Buster award. Hopefully I'm not doing this in the near future with Jameis Winston. But I got to give a Buster award to Johnny Manziel. I mean, the first play he comes in, the first pass play, one of the early pass plays that he throws yesterday was like a 70-yard touchdown pass to Travis Benjamin. But after that, he just looked like a fish out of water, man. He looked bad. I mean, he absolutely sucked. He had like 3 fumbles. He just looks out of sorts. And he had to come in instead of McCown, who got hurt trying to dive into the end zone, trying to channel his inner John Elway from the Super Bowl. So he gets out. Josh McCown gets knocked out of the game, and Johnny Manziel comes in there, and it just looked bad, man. So I might be wrong. We'll see. I don't think McCown's going to play this week, so Johnny Manziel will be able to get a full week of snaps as the starter. But he's going to have to prove something here very, very quick, or the verdict's going to be rendered where he absolutely sucks and he can't play. He sucks and he can't play in the NFL. I hope that's not the case because, once again, I'm a Johnny Manziel supporter. I thought that the guy could play in the NFL. But you know what? He's kind of falling under the whole thing of, and what I talked about with RG3 and Sean King last week, and I talked a little bit about it earlier at the start of the day with Marcus Mariota. They're not running what he did in college. So you're going to automatically be behind the 8 ball of a quarterback that ran that spread option in high school, coming to the NFL. You come into the NFL, and you have to learn totally over. And even if they try to teach you, a new system, that might not be your strong suit. What they do in that system might not fit you. So I don't get it, man. He's going to struggle if they have him under center and doing these prototypical NFL-type offenses and plays, man. They're going to struggle. It's as simple as that. You may not have paid attention to it yesterday because, you just wasn't paying attention to it. Next week, when you watch the Tennessee Titans, if they're on TV, the red zone or whatever, pay attention to the plays they ran for Mariota. Me and Sean King were texting back and forth about this weekend, and I was like, man, is it just me, or are they not running these Oregon plays? And Sean King, he agreed. He was like, yes, they were running a lot of the same stuff, seemingly, that they did at Oregon. He was 10 for 10 from the pocket in the shotgun. Quick little passes, little streaks down the middle of the field, and he were hitting cats on target. Getting rid of the football quick. You just got to put these guys in a good position, man. And when they come out of college and you put them in this quote-unquote prototypical NFL offense, man, they're starting out at a deficit. 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. This is the Doug Stewart Show. When we get back from the break, more Ballas, more Bustas. I love Mondays. And I'll read some more of your chat, man. I'll read more of your chat. Take your calls. We got a couple calls on the line right now. Stay tuned, man. Sports talk, guy talk with hot sauce. Texas Pete Hot Sauce. This is the Doug Stewart Show. Let me tell you about Travel by Stats. Travel by Stats delivers premium travel packages and provide excellence by focusing on assuring that their tour itinerary is clear. For destinations they've never taken, they even take the trip in advance of the actual one you're about to take. This ensures everybody has a great experience. They've been around since 1988 and have been operating here in Atlanta since 2000, starting from the ground up, but they now boast of a team operating in 5 states. Travel by Stats not only specializes in Caribbean destinations, they also provide a variety of reasonable, cost-efficient events by land, air, or sea. One of their big things is sports travel for football fanatics who live in Metro Atlanta. That's the fun way to go anyway. Here's some of their upcoming list of events. Giants at Cowboys, Falcons at Giants, Falcons at Cowboys, Cowboys at Saints, Patriots at Cowboys, and many, many more. Contact them at 855-266-6675, extension 700 for the owner, Maritza Wilmer. Again, that's 855-266-6675, extension 700. If you mention my name, Doug Stewart, you'll receive an extra 10% off your package. Travel by Stats. Where they don't sell travel, they sell fun. We're back. The Two Live Stews are back on air every Saturday morning at 11 a.m. on WGST. It's sports talk with hot sauce. Special thanks to our sponsor, Bruce Hagen, at Hagen-Law.com for making it happen.
640 WGST in Atlanta. Search 640 WGST on iHeartRadio worldwide.
Yes! Football season only just begun, but it already feels like the playoffs at DraftKings.com, America's favorite one-week fantasy football site, where millionaires are being crowned all season long. One-week fantasy at DraftKings means no season-long commitments. It's fantasy football on demand. Play where you want, when you want, with the players you want. And with $1 million up for grabs every week, every game is the big game, and every play matters. So, 1st and 10 in the first quarter feels like 4th and goal with 1 second left. And a long touchdown run can mean more than just a victory for your favorite team. It can mean you've just turned your love of football into $1 million payday. This isn't fantasy as usual. This is DraftKings. Welcome to the big time. Hurry to DraftKings.com now and use promo code Spreaker to play for free for a shot at $1 million in this week's Millionaire Maker event. Enter Spreaker for free entry now, only at DraftKings.com. DraftKings.com, that's DraftKings.com.
Right about now.
The world's heavyweight champion of sports talking Guy Talk Radio. This is the Doug Stewart Show. Shouts out to all of the Stewies. Thank y'all for tuning in, man. Continue to pass the word and tell people about the Doug Stewart Show on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. If you're a company out there and you'd like to advertise on the Doug Stewart Show, I mean, it's very easy to do and it's very inexpensive. $5. That's right, for a 60-second ad on the Doug Stewart Show, man. We will advertise your company, your product, your whatever it may be, your event that you're about to have. On Fiverr.com. So go on Fiverr.com and check out all the different gigs I have. One being advertising on the show. We promote you on our social media, as well as we can even, this is crazy, it's very innovative. I mean, we're doing big things around here. We'll even broadcast your show, your podcast or your show on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. You got a good podcast, don't have listeners, you're doing it. It's like the tree falling in the woods. You're doing it, but no one's there, did it fall? That type of thing, whatever that saying is. So check us out on Fiverr.com, The Doug Stewart Show. 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. You can also email me at doug@thedougsstewartshow.com. Talking about this past weekend in the world of college football, talking about the NFL as well. 2 big games tonight. Looking forward to that. Ball award to Michigan State as they handled their business in a very close game at the end over Oregon. So ball award to them. They stay on track. A lot of people feel like the Michigan State is going to be one of those teams that's in the conversation for the Final Four teams in the playoffs at the end of the year. So we'll keep our eye on them, obviously, as well. Georgia handles their business 31-14 over the Vanderbilt Commodores. Vanderbilt got some cool uniforms, but they still suck. Yeah. Still a little bit of indecision out there about this quarterback situation. Grayson Lambert didn't complete a pass in the first half and didn't complete a pass until his 8th attempt early in the third quarter. He was 11 of 21 for 116 yards, and Bryce Ramsey was 2 of 4 for 25 yards off the bench. So Bryce Ramsey gets into the game. At what point is that Faton Barta guy going to get in? They might as well let him play and see what they got in him. Georgia very talented once again. They are year in and year out. But I said it during the preseason when I was doing my little preseason football reports when the news story started coming down that Grayson Lambert, these guys come from two very dignified families, evidently. These exquisite names. When the story started or came down that Grayson Lambert was transferring from Virginia to Georgia, and then subsequently in training camp when he started to separate himself from the other guys, and Mark Richt did indeed name him as a starter. If you got indecision, up until the start of the season, and a guy transfers in from another school and he starts for you, that says that you really don't have a quarterback. Now, he may get better, but Georgia's really, really got an issue with this quarterback position, man. These guys, they don't look like a guy that can go in there and win a game for you. What they've been at most have been caretakers for these first couple of games for the Georgia Bulldogs this year. So we're definitely going to keep our eyes on that. Let me go ahead and grab a call. Caller, thanks for calling the Doug Stewart Show. What's your name? Where you calling from? What you want to talk about?
Doug Stewart, what's happening?
What's up? Who's this?
T from Huntsville, sir.
T from Huntsville. What up, baby?
Man, it's a beautiful day, man. Just got done with that first official football Sunday, man. A lot of great games. Football season, man.
Isn't football great, man? Isn't this just a beautiful time of the year, brother?
Man, everything's right with the world, man. The birds are singing, the stars are aligned, and it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Man, want to give out a few Busters and Ballas if you don't mind.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, man. I want to give a Buster to the Tennessee coaching staff. They had a chance to really do. They've been losing like that over the past couple of seasons. Close games being right there and just not being able to get over the hump.
Yeah.
And this is totally on the coaching staff, man. They were dominating that game. They had them boys dead to right, and they simply took their foot off the gas.
Yeah, I got
to give a Buster to their tight end, too, to drop an early pass. It could have been a touchdown. Could have kept a drive going. They had 40 seconds left in the game and kneeled on the ball. 40 seconds and a timeout. All they needed was a field goal, and they didn't even try. And you deserve to lose when you play like that.
Yeah, for people that don't know, he's talking about Tennessee as they go down to Oklahoma. Had all the opportunities in the world to win this game, and they just pissed it away. And, yeah, it seems like the last couple of years, ever since, Butch Davis has come there, they've talked about Tennessee turning the corner, man, and another disappointing loss.
Yeah, man. And I still think they're a good squad. I think Dobbs is a real good quarterback, but I hate they dropped that game.
Yeah.
But we'll see how the rest of the year go for them. They're in the East, so they might be okay. I want to give a bust to Andrew Luck. And I know that might sound harsh, but the only reason I'm going to say that is because they dropped that game. And the only reason I'm saying is a bust is because he gets all this credit. The man is apparently Superman, the second coming, can do no wrong.
Who are you giving a Buster Award to?
I'm giving a bust to Andrew Luck, sir. I have to.
Oh, Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck. I'm sorry. I couldn't hear you. Okay, good.
Yeah, because apparently he's the second coming. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he shouldn't lose because as much as I'm hearing about him, he's great. He's already one of the best players in the league already from what I'm hearing. So he has to have a better game than that. Let's just say that.
I'm kind of torn because I guess I'm one of those people because I'm buying into the Indianapolis Colts and Andrew Luck. It's just one game. I'll say that. It's just one game, though. We'll see.
Yeah, he can play. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying, though, he's in all be all already. Let's give it a little bit more time. I'm going to give a ball to my man, that was Eli Jenkins, the quarterback for Jacksonville State. That man played great ball.
Yeah.
He really only had one bad play, and that's when he took a sack at the end. Let me give a buster to Jeremy Johnson. I don't know what the hell he's looking at. I don't know if he has an eye affliction or something, but some of those interceptions, man, he's throwing it right to linebackers that are right there.
Right.
I don't know what's going on, but I think the defense might be okay. They're not going to see another option quarterback that can play like those other guys anytime soon. But if they don't fix that offense, man, they don't got a shot. I got to give the biggest buster of all to Mike Shula. I cannot stand him as a coordinator. That man is not fit to be a college coordinator. Cam is a Bentley, and he travels like an 85-year-old lady going 40 down the interstate. That man's terrible. He has no creativity. The same plays over and over again. That man ran a double screen, 2 series straight, a slow-developing double screen that the defense was waiting on. That man has no creativity. I don't know why he's still there. If they don't get rid of him, they need to get rid of the head coach. Terrible. I want to give a baller to Cam because he pulled out that game despite a terrible coach. And a side note, because you'll never hear this, Cam has thrown for more yards and ran for more yards than anybody in the history of the league in his first 4 years. I'm sure the media will never tell you that. And just like the most of the news all around the world when Doug sings, I'm gone.
What was that all about? What was that last comment all about, T? I must have misheard what you said. Yeah. I'm pretty sure the media won't tell you, and I have to look that stat up, but I believe my man T. He says that at this point in their career that Cam Newton has more passing yards and more rushing yards than any other quarterback in NFL history. If that's true, that's an impressive stat. 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Let me grab another call. Caller, thanks for calling the Doug Stewart Show. What's your name? Where you calling from? What you want to talk about?
I want to talk about the Cowboys.
Go ahead. Talk about the Cowboys. What's your name? Who are you? Where you calling from?
It's Stagger Lee the Great.
I'm sorry?
Stagger Lee the Great.
Oh, the great Stagger Lee. What's up, bruh? The great Stagger Lee. And sure enough, the biggest Cowboy fan that I know calls the show on Monday after a Cowboy win. I feel you, bruh.
My first buster goes out to Jersey Vern for being a Giants fan. Anyway, I'm like, we beat them 5 times in a row. I'm like, sometimes you got to understand when to say when.
Right.
Hey, if they name New York like the way they did, if they name New York the way they take an ass whipping, it would be New York, New York, New York, New York, New York. 5 times in a row. Understand what's going on. That's a trend.
Right.
Romo was great. The only thing I wanted to say is, how about them Cowboys? And I'm gone.
Yeah, appreciate the call, the great Stagger Lee. I'll see him at the tailgate today. He says if they name the Cowboys for these losses like they do New York, they'd be New York, New York, New York, New York, New York. That might be the line of the day. 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. This is the Doug Stewart Show, man. The San Diego Chargers come from behind and beat the Detroit Lions 33-18. Phillip Rivers goes crazy, another one of my fantasy players. Goes absolutely crazy in this game. What else? Oh, sad news, man. Big injury yesterday. Terrell Suggs, man, goes out with an Achilles tear. He is done for the year. That's the second time he's done that. I didn't read on whether it was the same one that he injured before or not. But that's just horrible if you're a Baltimore Ravens fan. Terrell Suggs has pretty much been the leader of that defense ever since Ray Lewis has retired. And I guess it's hard to be a leader in anything when Ray Lewis is hanging around. You know. But Ray Lewis is gone, and Terrell Suggs has been more vocal over the last couple of years, man. Clearly the leader of that team once again. And a huge blow to the chances for the Baltimore Ravens doing anything this year. T-Sizzle is done for the season. 404-382-0338. That's the number to the show. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. When we get back from the break, I'll read more of your chat. We'll continue to talk little balls and busters before we get out of here. And that's what we're going to do, all right? Sports talk, guy talk with hot sauce. Falcons, Eagles tonight, baby. I'll see you at the Georgia Dome. Don't go away, though. We got another segment. The Doug Stewart Show. We're back. The Two Live Stews are back on air every Saturday morning at 11 a.m. on WGST. It's Sports Talk with Hot Sauce. Special thanks to our sponsor, Bruce Hagen, at Hagen-Law.com for making it happen.
640 WGST in Atlanta. Search 640 WGST on iHeartRadio worldwide.
Yes! In life, things happen, good and bad. And being prepared is always important. If you're like me, a husband, a father, and protector of that family tree, then your family is the most important thing in the world. 95 million U.S. adults don't have protection in place. So, What I've done is put my protection in the hands of the largest and #1 independent financial services company in North America, and that's Primerica. They look out for middle America because they believe that offering the most competitive premiums only benefits the client and have been doing so since 1977. If you're a parent, husband, or wife and want to discuss options with one of Primerica's top reps, then call my guy, Greg Wynn, at 678-439-7172. Again, that's 678-439-7172, and he'll put your family first. And hey, tell him that Doug Stewart sent you. Yes! Meet me at the club. It's going down. Meet me in the A. It's going down. Meet me in Atlanta. That's right. The weekend of September 26, 2015, we are celebrating the 1-year anniversary of the Doug Stewart Show, Stewies! And it's going to be crazy. We got a whole list of events scheduled for the entire weekend. That's going to be so fun. Come celebrate with your boy. Starting out Friday night, man, with a meet and greet party at the Artist Den downtown ATL. Late Friday night, it's the Fella Soiree at T's Gentlemen's Club in Buckhead. Saturday morning, the TDSS Golf Shootout at North Fulton Golf Club downtown ATL. Saturday night, the main event, the all-black party at the Doubletree Hotel in Buckhead. And Sunday, the Falcons versus Cowboys viewing/day party on the rooftop lounge at Mardi Gras Cafe, downtown ATL. It's going to be fantastic, man. You've been looking for a reason to come to Atlanta. Here's your perfect reason. Get all the details at tdssweekend.eventbrite.com. Once again, it's tdssweekend.eventbrite.com. See you in Atlanta. The 1-year anniversary of the Doug Stewart Show. Yes! Yes, sir. So I got like a little cease and desist letter from Bell Biv DeVoe's management because I sang one of their songs. It's been a long-standing beef between me and you guys. You know, me and Ronnie cool. Me and Ralph cool. But Bobby, attitude problems, man. Real attitude problems. Johnny Gill, you know I ain't like you. They kind of put you in my spot. So I got this little letter over the weekend talking about stop singing their songs or whatever. Because this past week I sung a great rendition of When Will I See You Smile Again. And all of the Stewies loved it. And so, look. You know, I'm not going to sing your little songs anymore, but just understand that y'all missed out. Just understand that. Everybody understands it now after me singing one of your songs last week. I got so much response, people saying, man, Doug, you killed that. I understand now why New Edition didn't want to have you in the group. They were some haters. They were jealous of your talents, Doug. So y'all get it now. So got this little email. Talk about stop singing their songs, whatever. Hey, man, this segment is brought to you by my good friends from Strickland Security. You are in Atlanta. If you're in Metro Atlanta, you know the city is fantastic. I mean, it's a beautiful city, man. A fantastic city. Great people, great weather, great everything. But there's a little issue with knuckleheads and crime and breaking into your house and your crib or whatnot. So you need to protect yourself. Check out my folks at StricklandSecurity.com. They've got over 55 years in the business. They have many options for you as far as the home alarm system, whether you just want something introductory, like a small something just with minimal charge per month and monitoring fees, or you need to fix yours, or you want the big shebang, you know, the big boy security alarm. My folks at Strickland Security got you covered from small to big, okay? Once again, they have this system now and this program where they help monitor neighborhoods, and they have a program designed around that, all right, to involve and incorporate all of your neighbors as well to protect your family, whether that's you at home by yourself, your kids, or whatever, man. You got to protect your family, all right? And the first thing that you should do in doing that is to have a security alarm system. So, once again, holler at my folks at StricklandSecurity.com. That's StricklandSecurity.com. And tell them that the Doug Stewart Show sent you. Good people. Good people. Buster Award to that Ninja Drake. It's all because of him. Serena lost her match this weekend in her quest for a Grand Slam. She loses to some chick named Roberta Vinci. The chick was ranked number 43 in the world. And not only that was she ranked 43 in the world, but if you saw the after the match handshake between Venus and her, like Venus towers over this girl. I mean, Venus is the equivalent to, I don't know, Dante Hall. Remember Dante Hall used to play wide receiver and kick returner for the Kansas City Chiefs? The Dante Hall and J.J. Watt. Like Venus or Serena just towered over to this young lady, man. And word on the street is, and I read this headline. I swear to you I read this headline. I don't know if it was TMZ or whatever. It says Serena lost because she was having marathon sex with Drake. First of all, Drake can't handle that woman. Drake can't handle that woman. I'm just going to say it. Drake can't handle that woman. And why did you just stay in your place, man? She was killing everybody when your ass wasn't out there. And the minute you show up, whether it's marathon sex or not, her trek to win the Grand Slam is foiled by you. So Buster Award, matter of fact, the Buster of the day goes to Drake. I'm blaming you. Not only your rhymes whack, even though I take that back, I don't think Drake's rhymes are whack. I think they just a little bit whack. They're not whack. They not like they used to say back in the day, wick whack, but they kind of whack. And then this whole thing that happened with Meek Mill and him not writing his rhymes, I just look at the guy in a totally different light right now. And then he tops it off by going and messing up Serena's game plan. You know, why are you even going out there? Why? Messing up her routine. Buster to Drake. Big ass Buster. Matter of fact, Buster and one of these. Buster Award to Drake. God, I could not believe when I saw that story where Serena had actually lost. And, you know, it's the psychology of sports. I always talk about that, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. After she crossed the hurdle with her sister, Serena, when she crossed the hurdle with Venus, she might have had a mental letdown. And it happens all the time where you'll see a team one week, they'll upset a team, or they'll upset a team, and then the following week, they just let their guard down. And so same type of thing probably went down with this, man. But Buster Award. How about I just take this opportunity to give a Buster Award to Drake? How about that? You figured me out. You found me out. Whatever. From K3000 with his whack ass. Wish he could ride rhymes. Yeah, he's talking about K3000, evidently a guy that's on the same boat as me and not a fan of that Drake dude. Texas side, life is better without Drake going through the speakers. The diss song that they keep playing, was it Way Back? I think that one's okay, but the other one, you remember he dropped two of them, you know, in the heels of this whole Meek Mill war that he had. He dropped two. One was Way Back. That one's okay. But I never in my lifetime heard a slow diss track. But both of the tracks were kind of like slow melodies. But the other one is just whack. And they're playing it on radio. I think the other one is Back to Back. I think that's what it's called. That is puke. Matter of fact, wait a minute. Let me see if I got a sound effect for that. You're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. I think I saw a puke sound effect in here. But it's absolutely horrible. It is. And then he going and messing up people's Grand Slam chances. From the Brother Beloved, stagger that Roberta lady looked like a grandma. Yeah, she looked old and decrepit. And from Sluggo, Drake said, run up when you see me, ninja. We gonna see. Yeah. And his rhymes, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, his rhymes, they come across like he's tough. No, man. No, just keep singing through your rhymes. Doug, you got a cease and desist from your boy, Stu? Bruh, yeah. I don't want to even talk about that anymore, man. From the 47th problem, I love you, Serena. From that ninja, laugh out loud. Rhymes are cool. Singing that ish, kind of like yours. What was that all about? From JB Jennings, Drake effed up. Everything team person he roots for end up losing. Yeah. I mean, first of all, he roots for the Toronto Raptors. He's from Canada, right? And the Raptors ain't never been nothing, so that's bad in itself. And then he always shows up to LeBron games, to LeBron James's games. He shows up in a lot of NBA stuff, and from my memory, man, every time he shows up, the team that he's rooting for loses. He's like freaking Schleprock. You remember Schleprock from the Flintstones? You walk into a room, Schleprock walks into a room, and the kitchen sink just falls from the sky onto people. It's freaking Schleprock. As a matter of fact, that's his new name from now on, Drake Schleprock. From John the Company Man, Drake and Kung Fu Treachery. From Grego, BPA to Drake for ruining NBA teams, college teams, etc. Yeah, who was it he was rooting for in college basketball last year? And he was prominently showed on the sideline. He always gets good seats, too. Ninja always getting good seats. From Stagger Lee, Serena lost because she didn't want to look at that creature on the other side of the net. Yeah. Bless her heart. Roberta. What's her name? Vinci. Yeah. Who else we got here? And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. From that ninja, Chuchi, you are nominated for BPAs. I don't know what he's talking about. From Texas Tie, Brad forgot to find China in his body, fragile as hell. Yeah, that's something else interesting about tonight. And you don't wish bad on anybody. But I want to see if Sam Bradford can make it through a game. Let's be honest. It's kind of like a train wreck waiting to happen. You know, you don't want to watch, but you're going to watch. And that's one of the reasons, and one of the things I'm looking forward isn't the right term, but I'm kind of looking forward to seeing if Sam Bradford can survive an NFL game without his knees just crumbling. Pray for him that it's not going to happen, but I mean, let's be honest. Let's be real about that. That's something that everybody's looking forward to or looking forward to seeing. From John the Company Man, blame Drake. From Nine on the Rhino, better chance that the Eagles would take a beatdown with old soft bones playing quarterback. Yeah, we're going to see. From Chuchi, you hear Bobby said Whitney arranged for Bobby Christina's death so the woman wouldn't be alone in heaven. What? Bobby said something like that? See, that's why we fell out back in 82. That's why we fell out, because of stuff like that. Please don't tell me Bobby Brown said something like that, man. Please don't tell me that's the case. Please tell me you're joking. From the 47th problem, Doug, tell him to F your couch, ninja, F your couch. Yeah. From Sluggo, peace, easy for me to say. From who we got here? From the Brother Beloved, Vern got old school like LT on Stagger. Whatever, Vern, you and your New York Giants. If your Giants, I'm going to use this from now on. If your Giants was like they named New York, they'd be the New York Giants, or New York Giants. No, it was Dallas Cowboys. You know what I'm saying. From a man, Stagger Lee. From Grego, Bobby will be after any money he can get. Yeah, Bobby Brown and them cats came at me, man, because I sung one of their songs last week. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Man, I think the Falcons going to get blown out. I hope I'm wrong because I want to watch good football, but I don't know. I don't think the Falcons going to get blown out. It could very well happen, but I don't think so. I think the emotions are going to be too high tonight, man. I think they'll have a good performance. Once again, the spread is only 3. I thought for sure the spread would have been like 5. You know, if you get a spread like 6 or 7, that's in effect saying that you're going to get blown out. That's how tight the lines are in the NFL. From John the Company Man, Vern, hell, I hope he's there too. He's got those fragile feet. I know he's talking about. Texas Tie, I wish injuries would stop at a rolled ankle or a Charlie horse. Yeah, that's just not the case, man. Terrell Suggs done for the year. Big blow to the chances for the Baltimore Ravens going forward this season. Baller award to Orlando Brown Jr. You know who that is? Orlando Brown Jr. is offensive tackle for the Houston or the Oklahoma Sooners. He's actually the son of Orlando Brown Sr., obviously. But you might not remember Orlando Brown Sr. He played offensive tackle in the NFL for many, many years. Big Zeus. I actually played with him at South Carolina State University. He passed away a couple of years ago tragically. But his son, Orlando Brown Jr., is the exact same, just like a clone of Big Zeus. Like 6'7", 340 pounds, something crazy like that, man. And up until this point in my life, I had never seen a bigger person in life than Orlando Brown Sr., Big Zeus, we used to call him at State, at South Carolina State University. But his son is a spitting image, man, and he balled out of control this past weekend, started for the Oklahoma Sooners, man. Yeah. Hey, man, thank you so much for joining me today on the Doug Stewart Show. If you tailgating, I'll see you down there, baby. Yes, sir. So, I'm going to tell you right now, tomorrow's show, y'all might have to help me through tomorrow's show because I plan on getting slizzard. I'm riding a train, okay? I'm riding with somebody, and we're riding a train on MARTA. We're getting on the MARTA and riding down to the field so we don't have to worry about parking and all of that. I suggest you do that too. But, yeah, they're driving. So, I'm going to have me a couple of cocktails, a couple of brewskis. Eat me some fish, some barbecue chicken or something like that today at the Georgia Dome, man. So meet me down there. 2 Live Stews tailgate going down. It's going down. I asked my brother exactly how to give directions, and lo and behold, he didn't hit me back. I believe it's across from the Congress Center, World Congress Center. I think it's Gate C. There's a wall there, like a big wall, and you'll see a 2 Live Stews banner. And that's where we at. We out here. Yes, sir. Hey, thank you so much for joining me today on the show. Shouts out to the Tree of Life who isn't here today. Big ups to Waterhead Walter. Thank you, Walter, for all that y'all do. Dwayne Vassan, Gerald Oliveri, thank you very much. Shouts out to Pink Gator for this hot track. Yes, sir. And a special thank you to all of the Stewies, man. Without you, there'd be no me. Thank you. Continue to pass the word about the Doug Stewart Show. Tell at least one person about this fire that we have going on around here Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern right here on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. All right, we'll do it again tomorrow. Tribute Tuesday, the Doug Stewart Show. Peace!